Okay, time for a new video, and whether you are somebody new to my channel or you are returning to my channel to watch this video, it's greatly appreciated. As always, I'm filming this in one go, therefore I apologise in advance if I stumble over my words going forwards, and indeed if the quality of this video is fairly poor as well, if there's any lag, anything like that at all, sadly it can't be helped, and hopefully it's not too much of an issue for you. This is yet another Eurovision related video here on my channel, the first one for quite some time. There are a few things to address in this video. If you've seen the title, then you'll know that this is yet another What We Know So Far video regarding Eurovision 2021. I'll also be discussing the upcoming Junior Eurovision Song Contest as well a little bit later on. However, before I get into all of that, I want to say that later in the year, pretty much from September onwards, it's quite likely that I will not be uploading filming videos at all as frequently as I have been over the past year or so. And that's because of circumstances in my life that are changing a little bit. So yeah, thinking ahead to things like Junior Eurovision later this year, and indeed the Grown Up contest in the Netherlands next May, I won't be able to film videos as frequently. It's as simple as that. I will try to, but they will probably be shorter. I might not go into as much depth as I usually would. And certainly, if you've seen my blog before, as always, there'll be a link in the description to that and my other social media pages. I think blog posts will have to be sacrificed quite heavily as we move through the rest of this year and into next year, and that's just because of what's going to be happening in my life. So just letting you know, I'm hoping to film quite a few videos for the rest of this month into August, and then things will die down quite significantly, I would say. I'm not really going to have the time, and perhaps not the motivation either, to really sit down and make videos in the same way as I usually would, or in as much detail as I usually would too. Now that's out of the way, and hopefully you understand, I am going to get straight into what we know so far regarding Eurovision 2021. This is a fairly unplanned video, I'm not going to lie, but I was going to film one of these again at some point anyway. I've got the information in front of me just to make sure I don't forget anything. Obviously, Eurovision 2020 was postponed or cancelled, whichever term you'd like to use, because of the global pandemic. I don't know what the situation is exactly like anywhere else besides where I am, which is currently England. Here in England, things are improving pretty much week by week. I wouldn't say day by day, but they are improving, and things are slowly going back to normal, but we are cautious of a second wave. Elsewhere in Europe, I think things are starting to be normal again, sort of getting there. I don't know. Anyway, it doesn't really matter. What matters is Eurovision being back next year and taking place in the Netherlands. And yeah, I mean, it's looking good that it will take place with a live audience. I mean, May is a long way away. We'll see what happens. 18th, 20th, and 22nd of May 2021 are the dates for the 65th edition. Of course, if this year's contest had gone ahead, I might well have been sitting here right now saying Reykjavik 2021 or Sofia 2021, but instead Rotterdam, the same venue, new executive supervisor Martin Oesterdaal. What it says here is that the stage design will stay the same. I think in my last update video I said that too, so that's not exactly new news. We have a whole bunch of countries that have confirmed participation. We have a lot of returning artists as well. I'll just go through the list once again. Australia will be represented by Montaigne. Montaigne has a Twitch channel, for those of you that are interested. She does a bit of gaming on there. I've watched a little bit here and there. But she will be back for Australia next year, which is great, because her entry, Don't Break Me, which would have been taking to the stage in Rotterdam this May, was fantastic, one of my favourites. Austria will be represented by Vincent Bueno. It's Effendi again for Azerbaijan. Hooverphonic for Belgium, who I think are touring again now. Victoria will be back for Bulgaria, which is a very wise choice. Benny Christo will be back for the Czech Republic. Tornica will be back for Georgia, Stefania for Greece, Aiden for Israel, that's a very wise move too, Samantha for Latvia, Destiny for Malta, Natalia Gordienko will be back for Moldova, that was announced very recently at the time of recording this video, Roxanne for Romania, Senate for San Marino, Anna Soklic for Slovenia, John's Tears for Switzerland, and Go A for Ukraine. Out of the automatic finalists, Jongu McCroy for the Netherlands and Blas Canto for Spain. They will all be back. I think what we're going to see for the Eurovision 2021 season is probably a lot more internal choices. You know, we might not have as many national finals for 2021, so it might be quite interesting when we get to sort of January next year when more details will be out there, of course. Anyway, let me know your thoughts on anything Eurovision 2021 related. Croatia are going to have a national final next February, so it's not going to be Damir Kedjo, which is a bit of a shame because his entry for this year's contest, Divli Vjetre, is one that really grew on me, and he's a great singer. Will he be involved in the national final? I don't know. We'll see. Cyprus will not have Sandro, and in my personal opinion, I'm fine with this because his song wasn't the best. If he was to come back with a better song, fine, but it seems as though the Cypriot broadcaster have said, no thank you, we'll choose somebody else. Eleni Foureira has been rumoured, and it will be announced in November this year, so Cyprus will be one of the first countries that hasn't already confirmed their artist to confirm their artist, if you see what I mean, for next year's show. Denmark will have Dansk Melodi Grand Prix. Ben and Tan won't be back. I don't really know whether they're going to stay together and make music, not a clue. Estonia, Eesti Laul will be back. I believe Uku Suvista will have a place in Eesti Laul if he has a song and wants to enter it. Otherwise, it will be somebody new for Estonia. Here's hoping that Kerri tries again to represent her country. Finland will have a national final next February, UMK. Might be a slight change in the format. I did read something about that, but whether there's any truth to it, I don't know. Erika Wickman is right there. I mean, I think she will try again to represent Finland at some point. I can see Krista Sigfrids trying to represent Finland again at some point. And also, oh, what's his name? Male singer. Mikael Sari. There we go. I was trying to think of his previous Finnish national selection songs. He's available, I'm sure, and if he wants to do it. I mean, Finland has some really great choices, potential choices, all lined up and raring to go. They just have to enter the national final and win it, of course. Georgia, you have mentioned them. Ireland, no details yet. They really should just go with Leslie Roy again. I'm sure she'd love to do it. Lithuania, national final. It looks very likely. The Roop, will they be involved? Probably. But will it be as good a song as On Fire? I'd be surprised if so, actually, because that song was really quite special. Did I mention that Destiny would be back from Malta? I think so. Anyway, Norway, this is the one that really saddens me. Ulrika will not be back unless a staggeringly good song comes along and she decides that she does want to put it forwards. Otherwise, it will be somebody new for Norway, and it probably won't be as good as Attention. And then Sweden will have Melfest. They said straight away, pretty much, that it wouldn't be the Mamas. But who knows, they might come back. Dotter has also said that she would be open to participating in Melfest next year too. It could be a cracking lineup. We will wait and see. France will have a national final that I can't remember the name of, but I think this is a wise move because the internal choice, Tom Leib, and the song, not the best combo perhaps. Let me know your thoughts on that. And then Germany aren't going to go with Ben Dolic, which I think is a real mistake. We will see if Germany struggle next year without him. Obviously, there's a whole bunch of countries I haven't mentioned yet, but there's no real solid details at all. Yes. Anyway, also Andorra won't be back, but they want to return at some point. Morocco, not going to happen really. Slovakia, unlikely to participate. And Turkey, who knows? However, I highly doubt it. Let's now move on then to Junior Eurovision 2020, still scheduled to take place, and 29th of November is the date. It will be the 18th Junior Eurovision, and being in the UK, The UK doesn't participate, apart from Wales, but they're not going to be involved in this 18th edition. More on that in a minute. The whole thing's broadcast on YouTube anyway, which I think is great. It's going to be in Poland for the second year running. It's the first time that JESC will be in the same country 2 years in a row. This is because Poland has won 2 years in a row, and I can honestly see it being 3 years in a row. I don't know exactly the venue in Warsaw, Poland, either the ATM studio or the Transcolour studio. One thing's for sure, it's going to be a bit more of a stripped back, reserved Junior Eurovision compared to the competition that we had last autumn. Move the World is the theme, although that's quite an interesting theme because not many people are moving at the moment given the pandemic. Germany will debut though. This is great news, and it's amazing really that it's taken so long, but it seems more and more countries are becoming interested in Junior Eurovision. Germany were rumoured to be one of the participants last year for a bit, and I think the year before that as well, but they will be involved in Warsaw, and of course Poland is, you know, just over the way. Australia won't be taking part. This is not a shock, you know, it's a long flight, and there's a pandemic happening. Wales won't be involved either, probably because their previous 2 entries, their only 2 entries to date, did not fare very well. I'd be surprised if Wales come back, actually. However, Belarus will be involved because they always are. France will be back, Georgia, Germany, as I just said, Ireland, Italy, Kazakhstan, Netherlands, who will pick their entry on the 26th of September, Poland, who will be revealing their act and song in September, Russia on the 19th of September, act and song, Serbia, Spain and Ukraine. They'll all be involved. Now, I think it was just the other day, the songs in contention for the Netherlands at this year's Junior Eurovision were released. They are Jackie and Janae, Robin, T-Square and Unity. Those are the acts. The songs, woefully generic, but it has to be said at Junior Eurovision, that doesn't matter one bit. It's You and Me, or May, Along, that's a song for Robin, Count on Me, and Best Friends. Me personally, Unity, the all-girl group, that's the best act and song in my opinion, but we will see. Anyway, and it will be staged, that national final, at the Ahoy in Rotterdam, in front of a small crowd. Bulgaria won't be back. Denmark do not want children to play adults and won't be back. Greece won't be back. North Macedonia might return, but we don't know yet. Scotland won't be debuting. Wales have said no, and then everybody else has pretty much said not this time. And personally, I really can see Poland winning again until the rule changes, because at the moment you can vote for your own country. I think that is really quite unfair, particularly for the smaller nations. You know, Wales struggled, Georgia have struggled a little bit since that rule was implemented. I think it's quite unfair, and until that rule changes, we might see the same countries year after year do well. I don't know though. We shall see. Let me know your thoughts on that. I think that's all I've got to mention. The adult competition, the junior competition. I don't think there's anything else that I really need to discuss. Sorry, I'm just keeping an eye on the football as well while I'm filming this video. That's it. Let me know your thoughts on anything Eurovision, Junior Eurovision related. And as I said at the start of this video, from September, it seems as though I won't have as much time to film videos in as much depth as I usually would. Alas. Rest assured though, this channel and my content won't be stopping completely. I do intend to keep making videos as and when. If there's any videos you'd like to see from me before later in the year, then do let me know and I'll try to film them as soon as possible. I've got a video coming out soon about potential British representatives at the Eurovision Song Contest. I've been meaning to film it for ages. And there's 1 or 2 other videos I wouldn't mind filming as well. That's it. Hopefully this has not been too much of a ramble and the quality's been okay. I'm going to upload it right now. Until next time, thank you very much for watching and for all of your support. Bye for now. Take care of yourselves.